17 elements. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. About these elements and their compounds and also uses we will discuss today. Let's discuss about the preparation of chlorine. Chlorine is prepared from manganese dioxide MnO2. MnO2, when it reacts with HCl, under heating you will obtain MnCl2 plus chlorine Cl2 plus 2H2O. Similarly, when you are taking sodium chloride and manganese dioxide and HCl will give you chlorine. Similarly, NaCl, sodium chloride and manganese dioxide plus sulfuric acid will give you what? Chlorine. These are the two methods, similar methods with MnO2, manganese dioxide. Second preparation is from potassium permanganate. KMnO4 with HCl will give you KCl plus MnCl2 plus 8H2O plus 5Cl2. Greenish yellow gas and a pungent odor. Okay, chlorine is having a pungent or a suffocating odor and it is also a greenish yellow gas. Pungent suffocating smell is for the chlorine gas. And it can be easily liquefied into a greenish yellow liquid. Okay, these three are the important methods of preparation of chlorine. And the physical properties are, it is a greenish yellow gas and it can be liquefied easily and it's also pungent smelling or suffocating odor. Next is the reaction of chlorine with metals and non-metals. When chlorine reacts with metals like aluminium, you will get AlCl3. Chlorine plus sodium will give you NaCl salt. Similarly, chlorine plus iron will give you FeCl3. With non-metals, when P4, for example, P4 when reacted with chlorine will give you PCl3. S8, sulfur plus 4Cl2 will give you S2Cl2. These are the reaction with non-metals. Similarly, chlorine has high affinity for hydrogen. So look at this reactions. Reaction of hydrogen, H2 plus Cl2 will give you 2HCl. Similarly, hydrogen containing compounds like H2S with chlorine Cl2 will give you 2HCl plus sulfur, and also C10H16 plus 8Cl2 will give you 16HCl plus 10C. These three reactions shows the high affinity for hydrogen, for the chlorine. Okay, chlorine has high affinity for hydrogen. These three are the reactions of compounds containing hydrogen with chlorine. Chlorine also can react with ammonia. Let's study the reaction of chlorine with ammonia. Okay, when ammonia NH3 is taken as excess, when ammonia taken as excess with chlorine will give you ammonium chloride NH4Cl plus N2 nitrogen gas. But when we are taking chlorine as excess, okay, but when we take chlorine excess, we will obtain what? NCl3, nitrogen trichloride, and it's an explosive. Okay, when ammonia is taken as excess, we will obtain ammonium chloride, and when we take chlorine as excess, we will obtain what? Nitrogen trichloride. Two important reactions. Okay, different products are obtained when each one are taken in excess form. Similarly, reaction with alkalis are also important. Chlorine, when treated with cold and dilute alkali. Okay, for example, NaOH. Consider NaOH is an alkali, isn't it? When chlorine is treated with cold and dilute alkali, you will obtain salt, sodium chloride plus NaOCl, sodium hypochlorite plus H2O. Okay. When we are considering what? NaOH plus 3Cl2, which is hot and concentrated. Okay, this is hot and concentrated. Hot and concentrated alkali plus chlorine will give you NaCl plus chlorate, NaClO3, sodium chlorate plus H2O. That is reaction with NaOH. If NaOH is taken as hot and concentrated, you will obtain chlorate, and if NaOH is taken as cold and dilute, you will obtain sodium chloride plus what? Hypochlorite. That are the different products when the alkalis are in hot and cold conditions. Chlorine also react with hydrocarbons. First is chlorine with CH4. When it reacts, will give you CH3Cl plus HCl under the presence of UV rays. Similarly, C2H4 with chlorine under room temperature, you will obtain what? C2H4Cl. These two are the reactions of chlorine with hydrocarbons. Next are the oxidizing or the oxidation reactions of chlorine. These are very important, the oxidation reactions of chlorine. It will oxidize sulfite to sulfate. Similarly, here also you look here, Na2SO3 plus Cl2 plus H2O will give you sulfite to sulfate, Na2SO4, sulfate plus 2HCl. Here SO2, sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide will be changed, and after that it will be changed to H2SO4. Sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. Iodine to iodate. These are the oxidation reactions of chlorine. The important property of chlorine is its bleaching. It's a powerful bleaching agent, we can say, or its bleaching application. Chlorine with water will undergo oxidation. Okay, the oxidation is the main reaction and you will obtain 2HCl plus O. And this nascent oxygen, okay, this nascent oxygen will react with the colored substance and its color will be gone. It will change to colorless substance. Okay, chlorine gas, when it is kept for some time, its yellow color will be gone. Why? Due to the presence of HOCl, hypochlorous acid, and HCl. This HOCl is responsible for the oxidation reactions, and also nascent oxygen will be produced there. Thus, nascent oxygen is responsible for the color change. Okay, this nascent oxygen that will be formed here will react with the colored substance and you will obtain a colorless substance, or its color will be gone. Last, to the main properties, or what are the uses of chlorine. It's used as a bleaching agent for the bleaching of wood pulp, cotton, textiles, etc. and also used in drug industries and also dyes. Manufacturing of dyes, it's used, chlorine. Next, there are many other properties, but one of the important property, all properties are mentioned in your textbook itself. This property is important for the preparation of poisonous gas. If we want to prepare poisonous gas like phosgene, COCl2 is phosgene, they are poisonous. Similarly, tear gas, you know, tear gas, CCl3NO2. You should study the formula and also what the name of this poisonous gas. Mustard gas, it is ClCH2CH2 SCH2CH2Cl. Okay, for the preparation of these three gases, tear gas, mustard gas and also phosgene, chlorine is used. And these are the important uses of chlorine. Moving on to HCl or hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride, it's usually used as a bleaching agent. That is, it bleaches vegetables and organic matter in the presence of moisture. Now we can study about the preparation of hydrogen chloride. It's prepared by heating sodium chloride salt in the presence of sulfuric acid. NaCl is heated at 420 Kelvin in the presence of H2SO4 to give you sodium bisulfate and HCl. Sodium bisulfate and HCl. Already you got HCl. Okay, again we can heat this sodium bisulfate with sodium chloride salt at 824 Kelvin to obtain what? HCl. This is the preparation method of HCl. Sodium chloride salt, when we are heating in the presence of sulfuric acid, you will obtain sodium bisulfate, NaHSO4, bisulfate. Again, when we are heating in the presence of sodium chloride salt, you will obtain HCl. Okay, these two are the preparation methods of HCl. Okay, now on to the physical property of HCl. Usually it's a pungent smelling, colorless gas. It's a colorless, pungent smelling gas. And this hydrogen chloride easily boils. Okay, the boiling point of hydrogen chloride is 189 Kelvin. It's a colorless liquid. It boils to a colorless liquid. Similarly, freezing point of HCl. Okay, it freezes to a white colored solid, crystalline solid. HCl, aqueous solution, when we are freezing it, we will get a white colored crystalline solid and the freezing point is what? 159 Kelvin. aqueous solution of hydrogen chloride HCl, we will usually call it as what? Hydrochloric acid. Isn't it? We usually call HCl as what? Hydrochloric acid. Similarly, H2SO4 as what? Sulfuric acid. It is an acid. HCl is hydrochloric acid. Aqueous solution of HCl or hydrogen chloride is what? Hydrochloric acid. Next, the reaction of HCl with water. Okay, ionization reaction happens when HCl reacts with water H2O and you will obtain hydronium H3O plus, hydronium ion H3O plus Cl minus. The ionization or the self-ionization happens HCl plus H2O will react to form H3O plus Cl minus. Okay, H3O plus is formed, so it is an acid. HCl, when it reacts with water, you got H3O plus. So it's an acid. HCl is an acid, and you can see here what the Ka value, acidity constant, or the acidity acid dissociation constant Ka is what? 10 raised to 7. You already know about pKa and Ka, isn't it? When Ka increases, acidity increases. Similarly, when pKa increases, acidity decreases. Here the Ka value is very high. So it is highly acidic in nature, HCl. Okay, the reaction to show the highly acidic nature of HCl is what? When HCl reacts with H2O, you will obtain H3O plus Cl minus, where the Ka or the dissociation constant value is very high, that is equal to 10 raised to 7. Okay, next reaction of HCl with ammonia. You will get ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride as a gas, white fumes will be present. White fumes will be present when HCl reacts with ammonia to form ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. And already I have mentioned aqueous solution of HCl is called what? Hydrochloric acid. About an important point, it's aqua regia. What is aqua regia? You may have already heard about a solution aqua regia. It is 3:1 composition of HCl and HNO3. When you are taking aqua regia solution or making aqua regia solution, you should take 3 parts of HCl combined with 1 part of HNO3. You will obtain the solution aqua regia. Okay, 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3 when we are dissolving. You will get what? Aqua regia solution. Any amount you can prepare, but the ratio should be about 3:1. Okay. For what this aqua regia is used? It is used for dissolving noble metals. Okay, metal solution if you need to prepare, or for dissolving noble metals you can use aqua regia solution. Noble metals are what? Gold, platinum, etc. Okay, if you need to prepare gold solution, okay, gold metal you take, gold ornaments or anything, you can put that in aqua regia solution and keep it for some time. You will obtain a solution of that. That is aqua regia. For dissolving noble metals, we will make the solution of HCl and HNO3 in a particular concentration, that is 3:1. Okay, examples of noble metals are gold and platinum. Now look here, how they are dissolved. Gold metal. Okay, metal means it is in the zero oxidation state. Au is gold plus H plus means HCl will provide H plus H plus NO3 minus will give you what? Auric chloride, AuCl4 plus NO plus 2H2O. This is the dissolving reaction of aqua regia. Au gold plus 4H plus NO3 minus will give you what? Auric chloride. Okay, gold Au will change to its chloride, auric chloride. Similarly, platinum plus H plus from HCl, NO3 minus from HNO3, and similarly Cl minus from HCl. When they are reacting, or when you are putting platinum in a solution of aqua regia, you will get a solution of platinum chloride, PtCl6 minus plus NO plus 8H2O. Okay, these are important reactions of what is aqua regia, what is its use, and similarly how they react and form solutions. Okay, next point is when HCl reacts with iron. When HCl reacts with iron, you will obtain FeCl2. FeCl2 is ferric chloride or ferrous chloride. It is ferrous chloride plus H2. Liberation of hydrogen gas happens. Here, ferrous chloride is formed. This is ferrous. Ferrous. Ferrous chloride. What is this ferric chloride? Ferric chloride is FeCl3, isn't it? FeCl3 is ferric chloride. Ferric chloride is not formed because of the liberation of H2, hydrogen gas. So, when iron reacts with hydrogen chloride, you will obtain ferrous chloride, remember that. And you won't get ferric chloride. Why? Because of the liberation of hydrogen gas in this reaction. Next, the decomposition reactions of hydrogen chloride. Okay, hydrogen chloride will decompose certain materials. They are carbonates, hydrogen carbonates and sulfides. Okay, carbonate, for example, sodium carbonate. Okay, hydrogen carbonate, sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaCO3, and also bisulfides or sulfides, Na2SO3, sulfite, HITE. Okay, sodium carbonate will react with HCl to form sodium chloride, NaCl. Okay, all this carbonates, hydrogen carbonates and sulfides will react with HCl or will decompose in the presence of HCl to form sodium chloride. Remember like that. Okay, hydrogen chlorides or HCl will help in decomposition of carbonates, sulfides and hydrogen carbonates and will obtain what? Sodium chloride. Similarly, carbon dioxide gas. When sulfides are treated with HCl, you will get sulfur dioxide SO2 gas. Look here, Na2CO3 plus HCl will give you NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Okay, NaCl is formed, salt is formed and also carbon dioxide. Okay, NaHCO3 with HCl, you will obtain similarly NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. And when sodium sulfite reacts with HCl, you will obtain NaCl plus H2O plus SO2, sulfur dioxide gas. So, NaCl, sodium chloride and also gases are formed. When carbonate and bicarbonates react, you will obtain what? Carbon dioxide gas. Similarly, when sulfides react, you will obtain NaCl plus SO2 gas. These are the three important decomposition reactions. Okay, in exams, the products will be asked or which gas is liberated. Like that, the questions will be there. So, study the products and also which all components the HCl will decompose. Next, moving to the last part of hydrogen chloride, it is the uses of HCl. Already I told you it's used as a bleaching agent. The other uses are, okay, it is used for the manufacturing of chlorine and ammonium chloride. Chlorine manufacturing, ammonium chloride and also in the preparation of glucose. In one of the steps for the preparation of glucose, they are using HCl. Okay, for the preparation of chlorine, ammonium chloride and glucose. Next, in medicines, hydrogen chloride is used in the preparation of medicines and also as a lab reagent, laboratory reagent it is used. And the last use of HCl is for extracting glue from bones. Okay, method no need to study, only study what are the uses. Manufacturing of chlorine, ammonium chloride and also glucose as a laboratory reagent and also in the preparation of certain medicines. Similarly, for the extraction of glue from bones. These are the uses of HCl. You need to also study the structures of oxoacids. Only structure is needed for the different oxoacids. So, oxoacids means oxygen containing, chlorine containing acids. Oxoacids of chlorine means, for example, hypochlorous acid. Formula is HOCl, chlorous acid HOClO, chloric acid HOClO2 and perchloric acid HOClO3. These four oxoacid structure is given in your textbook, you should study that. Okay, have a look at this structure. Hypochlorous acid HOCl. Chlorous acid has one double bond O and chloric acid has two double bond O. Perchloric acid has three double bond O. Look here. Perchloric acid has 3 double bond O. C double bond O is there. Chloric acid has 2 C double bond O and chlorous acid has what? 1 double bond O and OH HOCl bond is there for every Okay, HOCl for hypochlorous acid. Chlorous acid also HOCl is there, one double bond. Okay, chloric acid HOCl is there, two double bond is also present, and for perchloric acid HOCl is there and three double bond are also there. Study like this the structures. Chlorous, hypochlorous acid is there, chloric acid is there, and also perchloric acid structures are given. You should study this. That's all, dear students. I hope it's clear for you. Thank you and have a nice day.